All right, let's talk about something that I think we've all been through. You get this brilliant, ambitious idea, right? You feel this massive surge of motivation. You're so excited you just have to share it with everyone. And then, crickets. Nothing happens. The drive just vanishes. Today, we're going to dig into exactly why that happens and, more importantly, how to stop it.
I mean, really think about it for a second. That big announcement post, you know the one, about starting a new business, writing that novel, or finally getting in shape. You get all the likes, the comments, the "so proud of you" messages, and it feels great. But then, a week later, you look back and realize you've done nothing. If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone.
And here's the thing, this isn't some kind of character flaw. It's not a sign that you're lazy. It's actually a well-known psychological trap. And here's the kicker, it tends to snare high-potential, ambitious people the most. So no, you're not failing. Your brain is just being tricked by a very, very clever illusion.
So why? Why does sharing the dream feel so good, but then completely kill the drive to actually go out and do it? Well, the answer lies in a little trick your brain plays on you, and it involves a chemical you've probably heard of, dopamine.
Psychologists have a name for this whole thing. They call it the social reality effect. Basically, when you tell everyone your intentions and you get that social recognition for it, your brain gets this premature sense of success. It hears the praise and mistakes it for actual progress, which then causes it to, relax its grip on the hard work needed to actually get there.
That flood of praise, all those supportive comments, they make you feel like you've already won before you've even taken the first step. Your physical reality hasn't changed one bit, but in your mind, and especially in the eyes of your social circle, the journey is already looking like a success. I love this metaphor because it just nails the problem perfectly. You're essentially cashing a dopamine check that your effort never actually signed. You get the reward, that wonderful feel-good hit of dopamine, without putting in any of the work. You've gotten paid up front, which, naturally, removes the incentive to deliver the goods.
Now, here's the really crucial part. Your brain really struggles to tell the difference between vividly imagining success and actually achieving it. Just describing your grand vision in a post releases dopamine, the very same reward chemical you'd get from actually finishing the project. It's a neurological shortcut.
This feeling is what we can call artificial satisfaction. And yeah, it feels fantastic in the moment, but it's a total trap. It completely neutralizes that sense of urgency, that little bit of healthy dissatisfaction, that you need to do the real, often unglamorous work required to make a goal a reality. So this psychological quirk has been with us for a long time, but lately it's been supercharged by the ultimate machine for generating artificial satisfaction, social media. It takes the social reality effect and just amplifies it to a degree we've never seen before. Think about how it works. Social media gives us instant gratification with every like. It offers widespread validation from a global audience, and it lets us build a performative identity. Updating your bio to aspiring novelist or founder at stealth startup before you've written a single page or built a single thing. All of this creates this powerful illusion of progress without any real effort. So on one side, you have the shiny metrics of social media, the likes, comments, public praise. And on the other, you have the cold, hard reality of actual progress, that first boring task, the lonely hours of effort, the slow grind of actually building a skill. We get totally hooked on the feeling of progress, and we start avoiding the real thing.
And this is where it gets even more dangerous. If you tell everyone I'm becoming a writer and they all start treating you like one, well, you've already gained the social status you wanted. At that point, actually sitting down to write is terrifying. Why? Because what if you try and you fail? You risk losing that cool new identity you've been enjoying so much. So to protect your ego, you just stay in planning mode. Forever.
There's a line that puts it perfectly. The dream isn't your problem, the dream is the drug. See, the issue isn't having a big, ambitious dream. It's getting addicted to the feeling of having that dream. We get high on the talk and the validation, not on the execution.
So, how do we break this cycle? How do we escape the trap? The solution is beautifully simple, and it's called the silence rule. It's all about rewiring your brain to crave action instead of just talk.
It's a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First, you're going to learn to stay silent. Second, you'll take immediate, tiny little actions. And third, you'll use a specific mental technique to ground yourself in reality. So let's break each one down.
Okay, first step, keep that big vision to yourself, at least for a while. The next time you feel that powerful itch to post about your brand new plan, I want you to recognize it for what it is. It's just your brain seeking a quick hit of validation, a little short-term mood repair to avoid the discomfort of the actual work.
Next, instead of making that grand announcement, you're going to take one embarrassingly small action. Seriously, don't post about running a marathon. Just put on your running shoes and walk for 10 minutes. That's it. This tiny dose of reality immediately kills the fantasy loop and proves to your brain, hey, nope, we're serious about this.
And finally, try a technique called mental contrasting. Instead of just daydreaming about crossing the finish line, spend some time honestly looking at the real obstacles in your way. So if you want to wake up early to work out, don't just picture your future self looking great. Picture how hard it's going to be to get out of that warm bed. This shifts your energy from some distant fantasy back to the present moment, where you can actually solve problems.
So the big takeaway here is this. Stop using your words as a substitute for progress. It's time to let your work be the announcement. Let the finished product be your validation. Let your actions do all the talking.
And that brings us to the final and most crucial question. Now, don't tell me in the comments, don't go tell your friends, just ask yourself, what is the one tiny, boring, unglamorous action you can take in complete silence right after this ends that moves you just 1 inch closer to your goal? Now, go do it.